Let's get the fantasy angle now with Dave Richards. So, Dave, with this news for CeeDee Lamb, where do you have him, and did you move him up any with today's news?
Well, the better question is, did I ever move him down? And the answer is reluctantly yes. There was a point where I did move him down. And over the weekend, I think fantasy drafters were seeing a dip in where CeeDee Lamb was going. Before this weekend, everybody figured, oh, he'll be back. It's no big deal. They were taking him as a top 3 pick. And then over the weekend, I saw it in one of my leagues. He went 6th overall. Other leagues, he went as far as 9th overall. Now you can comfortably put him right back toward the top. If you got him at 7th or 9th overall, congratulations on buying the dip. Tommy, I think in full PPR, he's worth taking with the number 2 overall pick, right behind Christian McCaffrey. Look what he did last year. Cowboys came out of their bye week. They said, we're going to make this offense flow through Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. And throw is what they did. CeeDee Lamb averaged 28.5 PPR points per game, 12.6 targets per game. We talk about a lot of the stud wide receivers getting double-digit targets per game, but when we say that, we're thinking about the number of 10. With CeeDee Lamb, that number could be 11, 12 targets per game. We saw it last year. I would expect we see it again this year, especially since that Cowboys run game has gone unimproved all offseason long.
We saw that projection there for CeeDee Lamb, which was 120, which would undercut him about 15 catches, is what he had, 135 a season
I'd be
ago.
surprised if it happens. I really would.
Still there. What does this do for Dak Prescott?
Moves him back up a little bit. And I know that fantasy managers wouldn't want any part of Dak Prescott without CeeDee Lamb, but now he's got him. I had a little bit of an internal debate with myself, Dak Prescott versus Jaden Daniels. And Jaden Daniels, lots of upside, lots of fun. I think he's going to be a great NFL quarterback. I'm going to take Dak Prescott. At some point, the upside could let you down. I want to have some safety. And when you look at Dak Prescott last year, 24 fantasy points per game, 29 per game after that bye week. 2 years before that, 24 points per game. And the year in between, this is 2022. He started off the season slow, had an injury, came back from it, averaged 24 fantasy points per game. That feels like the floor for Dak Prescott. And again, with that run game unimproved all offseason long, I think Dak's going to have to throw a lot. I think Dak might have to run a little bit too. He is my QB 10. He's a pretty good value if you're getting him in round 8 or later.
Okay. Dave Richard breaking it down. Also, our thanks to Garrett Padell as well. Fantasy football today. Dave, what did you guys talk about before all this Lamb news came down?
Preseason rankings, risers and fallers. So everybody who's smart and waited till after the preseason was over to draft can now go. They can listen to our latest podcast. They could watch it on YouTube, and you'll have an idea on who moved up and down the most during the preseason.
And take CeeDee Lamb with full confidence.